or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net, and together we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
You ready?
Come on! It's the Queen of Royal Badness.
It's time for the Raw Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
Robin's got you covered. Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Robin's got a lot to talk about.
Slide on the pimp gang with my pinky ring. Lot of gang, lot of then the icy chain. While you claim that you rich, that's a false claim. I be straight to the whip, no baggage claim. Whole lot of styles, can't even pronounce the name. You ain't got no style, see you on my Instagram. I be rocking it like it's fresh out the pen. Only when I'm taking pics, I'm the middleman.
You are listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580, where we bring you the latest in entertainment news, trending topics, and interviews. My name is Robin Ayers, the host of this show. I'm so glad to see you all coming up into our YouTube building already. So good to see you. I hope that you've enjoyed your weekend, and I apologize. I really do for not being with you guys yesterday, but guess what? I'm back today. I'm back today, and it's really good to see you. Wow, Tuesday already is flying by, and of course, there was a lot going on over the weekend. First things first, I gotta know, did you all watch the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight? I know I have been talking about it quite a bit last week, but you know, we finally got to see it. It went down. I don't know if you watched it or not. I was so nervous watching Mike Tyson at the age of 58 get into that ring with Jake Paul. But you know what? He held his own. And I am so, I don't know if the word is proud, but I am. I guess I could say I'm proud of him for just doing that. I mean, you have to have a lot of guts to do it. It didn't work out the way that a lot of us thought that it would. Of course, you know, we know Mike Tyson as somewhat of a one-hitter quitter, and it wasn't that quite, but it turned out to be something else. And I think just from watching that fight, he gained so much more respect in the eyes of all of us who are fans. He actually, even though Jake Paul did win, ultimately he did win, Mike Tyson put out a statement, and I hope that it warms your heart the way that it warmed mine. Let me read this for you. He said, "This is one of those situations you lost, but you still won. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets to get in the ring one last time. I almost died in June, had 8 blood transfusions, lost half my blood and 25 pounds in the hospital, and had to fight to get healthy to fight. So I won. To have my children see me stand toe to toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter half my age in front of a packed Dallas Cowboys stadium is an experience that no man has the right to ask for. Thank you." So, I mean, I just thought that was beautiful. His, his words that he left us with. And again, I believe that he got a tremendous amount of respect. And let's not forget, he walked away with $20 million. So, yeah, it seems to me as though he won. We have on the line with us joining us today, the one and only Katrina Robinson on the Raw Report. Hello to you, Katrina.
Hey, Robin.
It's good to have you here with us. I have to ask you, Katrina, did you watch the fight, or were you one of those people that said, let me watch the highlights when when the fight is done on social media?
I started watching the fight and I fell asleep.
Oh, oh, that's right, because it was going on pretty late over there.
Yeah, and then but I did see the pre-fight interview. They did my boy wrong showing his whole butt on camera, but
I thought that I thought that that was intentional. Maybe him trying to be funny. I could be wrong, but it seemed like it was just an intentional thing just to try to be funny, maybe.
I don't think he even like thought about it. I don't think he even thought about the camera angle because he didn't know how tight the shot was. I don't think he did it on purpose. But I will say I agree with Mike, and you know, one of my group chats we were talking about it, and people was like, "Why he get out there and embarrass himself like that?" I said, "What's to be embarrassed about? This man literally went toe to toe with somebody for 8 rounds, 31 years younger than him. I don't see anybody else that has the guts to do that. Like
Yeah.
Mike is going to always be respected as one of the greatest fighters of this past century. So
I
hats off to him."
completely agree with you. Many are saying Jake Paul won the fight, but Mike Tyson won the war. So we'll look at it like that. And, you know, a beautiful thing for his children to see him fight, you know, one last time. So shout out to Mike for that. I'm asking you guys over, and I'm shocked at this right now. I'm asking you if you watched the Tyson fight. Many of you, 80% of you say no, 20% say yeah. I'm going to leave that up there for you guys to vote on. But here's the thing. It was streaming live on Netflix. And let me tell you, Netflix had to get it together because Netflix was doing something crazy. They were buffering and a lot of people had issues. And come to find out, there is an entire there's a lawsuit against Netflix right now, a class action lawsuit for the problems that people had streaming. I don't
Oh
know.
Lord,
Something, yeah, do you feel like that has any legs to it, Katrina?
no.
Okay. All
Good
right.
luck.
People just upset. At the end of the day,
Can we get a lawsuit against Tesla because I don't have enough miles on my car like when I started? Like that's a lawsuit. But this, no,
right, exactly.
no.
Well, yeah, we'll kind of leave that alone. I don't think anybody's gonna have a lot of luck with that, but hey, it's happening, so I had to let y'all know about it. If you do want to get in on that class action lawsuit, I'm sure you can find it out there somewhere. Um, so speaking of Netflix, though, Beyonce is going to be performing at the halftime show for the Ravens versus Texas football game on Christmas Day, and it's going to air on Netflix. And I'm like, come on, y'all. This isn't the first time Netflix has actually had problems. They did a live stream of Love is Blind, I believe last season, the reunion, and it was crazy. They actually had to stop it and say, sorry, guys, we're just going to film it regularly and we'll come back. But I feel like Netflix is kind of trying to do something that's not in their wheelhouse right now. And it could end up getting them some problems. So I don't know, maybe they should rethink this Beyonce performance. What do you think?
I think maybe this Tyson fight was a way for them to work out the kinks of what they had going on.
Okay.
I hope it was because you do not want to mess up Beyonce. The Beehive will like come after you. You do not want to do that, Netflix.
Real talk, real talk. We'll see what happens with it. Again, that's happening on Christmas Day, the Ravens versus Texans game. You know, she's from Texas, so it's gonna be a big deal for somebody. I don't know if I'm watching it though. The Honorable Shyne documentary. I actually watched this. It was a documentary featuring bad boy artist Shyne, who was one of Diddy's artists, and I actually enjoyed the documentary. I found out a few things from this documentary. And of course, if you all remember, we were talking about this recently. He he's claiming that he was sort of the fall guy for going to jail, taking the fall for Diddy back in 2000, I believe it was 2000 for the shooting that happened at a club. And he wound up doing 8 years for that, 8.5 years for that. And now he's telling all the business. He's doing it in this documentary. It's on Hulu if you guys are interested in checking that out. And you know, we learned a few things again from Shyne's point of view. Is that something that you've checked out, Katrina, or not necessarily interested in it?
I'm very interested in it, so don't ruin it for me. But
Okay.
I believe him. You know, the victim in the whole shooting, she's been saying this, that Shyne was not the one that shot her, and I believe him. You know,
Mm,
this is just one of many stories that has been corroborated by multiple people. So
yeah.
I want
Well,
to see it.
okay. Well,
I
I
think
will
it's
not.
remarkable. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just saying I won't ruin it for you.
Yeah, no, I think it's remarkable what he was able to do to come out of that situation and to be able to serve in public office and be, you know, just an example to so many who have gone through so many different trials and so many different lives, just trying to get through things. And I think, you know, Shyne is a very unique and special person.
He is. I certainly learned a lot from him, and I was inspired by his story because I think that there's so much more that I learned from this documentary that I just had to put respect on his name. I think that many of us think, okay, you just went to jail and you were deported back home to Belize, and that then you sort of fell into politics, and that's not necessarily exactly what happened, but it's a good look. You'll find out some more information. You'll see exactly what he feels about Diddy. And right now, he's doing a whole press tour talking about his time with Diddy and just ways that he's thinking about this. And of course, this is all happening right when Diddy is in jail. He is currently in jail right now, serving his time until his trial in May of 2025. We are learning a little bit more. I mean, I think there's always things coming out about this man, but right now, according to reports, prosecutors, they're saying that they're accusing him of obstruction in trying to contact witnesses from jail, initiating three-way calls. And it's we've seen this before, him trying to contact witnesses. We've seen him trying to sway people as well. And he's utilizing his family, he's utilizing other associates of his to sort of not only contact, witnesses, but also to possibly sway the jury, who will be the jury in this case. So I don't know if you saw Katrina, but his son was saying, I'm going to take over my dad's social media page and put out all the positive things that he's done. So this is what they're saying that he's trying to do, trying to get ahead of it and sway people, who could possibly end up as jurors. I'm not sure that this will that this will work. Is, as a matter of fact, not looking really good according to prosecutors right now.
Yeah, so this is my wheelhouse. This is what I do.
Mm-hmm.
It's too late. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be in front of these things before the stories snowball into what it is now.
Okay.
And poor baby, I feel for him. I really do, because he loves his father. He wants to be the legacy, but now is not the time. It's too late. And then you actually are risking creating even a bigger storm for your dad, because the stuff that you're putting out is stuff from the time period that's in question. And so
Mm,
you never know what is in view, or that you haven't paid attention to, or lyrics that are said, or interviews that are done, that could
mm-hmm.
be the missing link that last shoe to drop in this case.
Mm. Wow. Well, you're right. This is definitely in your wheelhouse. I'm looking forward to having more conversations with you about this in the future as we get closer to the trial. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot more information that comes out beforehand. So you and I, Katrina, we're going to stay tapped in. That's what we're going to do.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I
Yes,
hope you're
ma'am.
ready for that. Um,
Mhm.
Lastly, in terms of Diddy and even talking about his sons, Ray J finally said that, they have squashed their beef. I know Ray J and Diddy were once very, very close, but they have squashed whatever issues they had, Ray J and his son. So I'm glad to hear that because,
That
that's just not a good look.
Ray J didn't just know he on them tapes.
This is
That's
what a
all that
lot of
he
people have said. No, this is what a lot of people have said. I just don't know Ray J. We just talked about him last week. Things just aren't looking good. So the more positive news, the better, I guess, in his case. But I digress on that because I have a
I
lot
know
of
that's your
love.
fam.
I
I
know I
know
got
that's
a
your
lot of love.
fam.
But I also, at the end of the day, it kind of is what it is, you know, and I don't have a problem with calling things out that need to be called out. It's true. I do have a lot of love for Ray J and the family, but if he's acting up, he's acting up. And if he's got some traumas and things that he needs to deal with, then that's just what it is. That's the facts, you know. Strong opinions, I'll say. And you know, right now it's looking like he, you know, could use a little bit of help, and maybe his mental wellness is you know, kind of at stake. I don't know, but again, that's why I digress on this situation. So that's what I will say on that. Andy, can we go ahead and get into the Raw report?
Now it's time for a breakdown.
Your girl Candace Owens, Katrina, she is
my girl.
She's somebody's girl. I don't know who, but she ain't my girl, so I'm gonna pass her. I'm gonna put it on you. Well, Candace Owens, she has been speaking up about Beyonce. I guess she had a really big problem at the fact that Beyonce came and spoke at Kamala Harris's rally in Texas. She had a big problem with that, but you know, she's calling out her authenticity. And to be quite honest with you, of course, I don't like the angle that Candace Owens is coming with, but I do question whether she has some validity to her question. So we will talk about this whole Candace Owens calling out Beyonce's authenticity. We're also going to talk about Tyrese, who is calling out his baby mamas. And
help him, Lord.
Yeah, Tyrese, maybe this is something that you can add your expertise to as well. He has a strong message for the mother of his kids, saying that he's just not going to give them the things that he's earned, that he's worked so hard for. I don't know that it quite works like that, but we will talk about it, of course, and we'll do it all on the other side. You are listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay right there.
I'm Avery Wilson, and you're watching It's Robin Ayers.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Do you lay awake at night worrying about what to buy everyone on your holiday list? Yeah, it's stressful. And half the time you don't even get the right thing. Well, Skechers is here for a holiday rescue with hands-free Skechers slip-ins, the right gift for everyone on your list. Think about it. People love their shoes. And once they try hands-free Skechers slip-ins, it takes that love to a whole new level. Why? Because with hands-free Skechers slip-ins, you just step into them and they're on. There's no bending down, no touching your shoes, no retying laces. Plus, Skechers slip-ins are perfect for everyone. Moms, dads, grandparents, kids, friends, coworkers. Just sneak into their closet, get their shoe size, and you're good to go. Plus, they come in everyone's favorite styles and colors, from sneakers to casual shoes, even winter boots. And they look so stylish, and they're the most comfortable shoes they'll ever wear. So, this season, save time, quit your worrying, and get everyone on your list hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Holiday crisis averted. Now go get some rest. Find them for the holidays at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
Watch out! You got me! Yippee! The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Raw
Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
And I'm not here by myself. I have the wonderful Katrina Robinson who is joining me today. And I think you're the perfect person to have these conversations with, Katrina. So I'm glad you are here. I want to jump into this Candace Owens conversation. Usually I try my best not to pay her much attention. But it started last week. She called out Beyonce, claiming that she was allegedly paid $10 million to speak at Kamala Harris's rally. And she put that out. And, you know, a lot of things that Candace Owens says, Katrina, has a lot of bite. And people seem to believe her because she speaks with so much conviction. And sometimes it's considered compelling, you know. But she put that out, and Miss Tina Knowles, who is Beyonce's mom, she came back and said, listen, this is false information. Beyonce was not paid a dime to speak at Kamala Harris's at her rally. In fact, she paid for herself and her team. She paid for them to get there. She paid, you know, everybody for her own glam. And this is just completely false. So now Candace Owens, in light of Miss Tina Knowles putting out that statement, she's responding. This is her response to Miss Tina Knowles and Beyonce as a whole. And it sounds like it's fueled by something other than just this topic. Maybe she has some dislike or disdain for Beyonce and that whole family. Let's take a listen to what she has to say.
And she posted this to her Instagram page. She posted, so this, and this is a picture of my show page. So this has been flagged on Instagram as fake news and taken down. It's called false information. Sadly, other platforms with a lack of integrity still have it up. So she's admitting this is just a target of Candace Owens. The lie is that Beyonce was paid $10 million to speak at a rally in Houston for Vice President Kamala Harris, when in fact Beyonce did not receive a penny for speaking at presidential candidate Vice President Kamala Harris's rally in Houston. In fact, she actually paid for her own flights for her and her team and total glam. She's not even aware of how privileged that's on them. It's a changing social economy in the world where what has always worked for them in the past is no longer interesting to the public. This is an economy where authenticity pays. And Beyonce does not remember what it means to be authentic anymore because she's been playing the role of a queen for so long, and she's grown so accustomed to simply visiting the Commonwealth every 4 years. She comes out. Nobody knows where she is for, and she comes out and she reminds us all who we should be voting for. Ah, yes, Hillary Clinton. Please, I'm here, Commonwealth. You people, remember, I am your queen, her and Jay-Z. Oh, yes, please vote for Kamala. As a mother, I'm telling you to do this. Like I said, 10 years ago, Beyonce and Jay-Z telling us who to vote for, that would have mattered, but it just doesn't anymore. Actually, it's annoying. People find it to be somewhat annoying. Beyonce, listen to me, girlfriend, because I know you're watching. You don't got a text from your mommy's burner account on Instagram. You're annoying now. It's just tired. Okay, you got to switch it up. Do something new. Seem like a person. Pretend you care about the Commonwealth. Maybe every 2 years, come out. Do a podcast. Pretend to be a human being. Of course, they don't support Donald Trump. No, they must be more enamored by her husband, Jay-Z, the thug life. Maybe that's the music he should be walking out to. That is, I believe, what Beyonce and her mommy think. That is why they're frustrated with people like me who don't respect that anymore. There's nothing that you do that I respect. And I don't dislike you. I want to be very clear. I don't find Beyonce to be someone that is bothersome in any way. But I'd like some answers. I think the public, if you want to start with being authentic, maybe give us some answers about Diddy's parties. Your husband's been close with him. You think we're just going to pass all by that and you're going to, flip your hair and talk about another one of his affairs and people are going to lose interest in it because your mommy is tweeting and calling things fake news that haven't even been confirmed to be fake news? I would really caution you to see which way the wind is blowing, girlfriend, because it is not in your favor. And that's all I'm going to say on that topic.
Wow. Okay. There are a number of things to point out here, but Katrina, I'm going to start with you. Just your overall thoughts. I mean, I know that was a lot. And so however you want to address it, feel free to address that. And then I do have other questions to follow up.
I really, I'm not a fan of Candace Owens. That's no secret. But she's not wrong about a few things, but she's definitely wrong about a lot of things. In running a campaign, when a candidate utilizes someone who has a connection to their voters or to the voters that they feel that they haven't reached or to a base they haven't reached, it's not as if we're employing this person to tell people who to vote for. Really, Beyonce was there to draw attention to the race, to those who were still asleep, to those who were still apathetic, those who had not even looked at the race. It really did what it was supposed to do. It gave it a little bit more credence. I don't think the aim was to say the queen came off her throne to tell people who to vote for. Now, I don't think we should punish Beyonce or, bad talk her, because she has mastered how to keep her life just private enough and just public enough where she can peacefully be a mom, peacefully be a wife, and capitalize when her heart gets broken, and we support her. And she lives her life in a way that's comfortable for her. And I think when you reach a certain level of stardom, it's up to you to create that life. And that's what she's done. And we have to respect that. But to say that she only gets civically engaged every 4 years is not true. I don't think people give Beyonce a lot of credit for what she does for her community. She's done a lot in the city of Houston, across this country, across this world, just in her philanthropic efforts. She doesn't really, and that's the point of it all, because she has the heart to do so. She doesn't always take credit for it, but it happened.
Yeah.
And I think, we get caught up in this whole celebrity issue when really it's not an issue.
Let's put a pause right there, because you're going in, and I like it. I like it a lot. I'll give you my thoughts to this whole entire thing, because you and I are on the same page when it comes to Candace Owens. We'll talk about it more on the other side. Right now, we've got news, traffic, and sports. You are listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay right there.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's your girl, Takara Williams, here with Robin Ayers on the Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580. If you ain't here, baby, hurry up.
More of the Rob Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 things you should know from BIN News. A Texas attorney representing over 100 plaintiffs in a lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs is being sued for extortion. Tony Busby allegedly offered mediation to avoid publicity, but opposing lawyers claim his evidence is entirely fabricated. Combs faces potential decades in prison if convicted of sex trafficking. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries will lead his party again in the lower chamber. Democrats elected him for another 2 years on Tuesday. Jeffries is the first black lawmaker to lead a party in Congress. Trump's sentencing in the New York City hush money case is delayed as the judge reviews his immunity claim. The case's future is unclear with his return to the presidency. And Los Angeles may soon become a sanctuary city. The city council will consider an ordinance backed by Black Mayor Karen Bass to protect illegal immigrants, barring city resources from aiding federal immigration enforcement amid concerns over Trump's deportation plans. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
Mid-City LA, we've got a brush fire burning just off the side of the 10 freeway eastbound past Crenshaw, causing a big slowdown. Things are slow all the way back from 20th Street. In Santa Monica, so that's a bummer. Newport Beach crash there, 73 still. This is going to be the northbound 73 at MacArthur Boulevard. The left lane is blocked, and that 3-vehicle crash is still there after all this time. You're trying to get through Carson. That crash has been moved off to the right shoulder, 405 northbound before Main Street.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 5-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight on Friday might not have been much of a fight, but it made a ton of money for the promoters and AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The fight set a record for buy boxing matches outside of Las Vegas with a gate totaling $18.1 million. A sellout crowd of 72,300 showed up to see the fight in person at AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys. Average ticket price was $304. More than 60 million households watched the fight on Netflix. Paul won a unanimous 8-round decision over the 58-year-old Tyson. A lot of folks are hoping that's the last time we will see the former heavyweight champ put the gloves on. Lakers center Anthony Davis enters tonight's game against Utah as the NBA's number 2 scorer. AD is averaging 31.1 points per game. Milwaukee's Giannis Antetokounmpo leads the NBA with a 32.3 average. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you an entrepreneur looking to take your business to new heights? KBLA Talk 1580 is your partner in success. Every day, we celebrate and elevate Black-owned businesses across our community. Our KBLA SMB Marketplace currently features The Cookie Dip, Badass Bakes, Hair Concoction, Higher Education Accreditation Consulting, LACC Radiology Technology Department, and Malik Books. Your business deserves to be heard. Let KBLA Talk 1580 amplify your voice and connect you with our powerful community of listeners. Email smb@kbla1580.com today. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Are you ready to level up your education? Free and easy access to the internet and Wi-Fi gives you the tools you need to excel in your studies. Stay connected with teachers, collaborate on group projects, and access valuable online resources to graduate with confidence. From research and online classes to staying ahead in your academic journey, the internet is your key to success. Find your connection at libraries, parks, and community centers. To learn more about how LA County is connecting our communities, visit lacountyandU.com. That's lacountyandU.com.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Keeping you informed about what's really going on. Who's got next? And what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
It seems like just the other day that we hooked up. I was driving, you was walking, and I swooped you up. From that moment on, I knew you were the one. Yeah. I was single, you was lonely, and we fell in love. We would sit and talk for hours about anything. Maybe you hang up, no, you hang up, on 3 hang up. I bought you a whip, I paid you, and I gave you everything. You'd always be my baby, then you bow. How you gonna up and leave me now? How you gonna act like that? How you gonna change it up when we just finished making up? How you gonna act like that?
You were listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Andy, you still don't miss. You still don't miss. Shout out to Andy for that Tyrese cut right there. We are talking Tyrese in just a bit. You know, his tune has been changing a little bit, a lot of bit actually, when it comes to his music even, not just the things that he says, but his music for sure. We are on the line with Katrina Robinson talking about this Candace Owens statement that she made. And I'm reading your comments right now inside of our YouTube, and I agree with what a lot of you are saying. Fahima Sek, she says, Candace Owens has no right to call anyone out. What about Ye, Kid Rock, and Amber Rose's authenticity? I hear that. Philip.
Oh, I didn't get to that part.
Yeah, exactly. Morris Phillips says, lying has been normalized in America. Look at Trump. Candace Owens serves a different audience, don't you think? Very possible. Candace is straight up jealous of Beyonce, her body, her money, her black husband, fan base, and overall success. Can you say hater? Wow, y'all got some strong things to say about Candace Owens. Either thing could be true. I don't know if you caught on, Katrina, to what I was saying before, that it sounds like a little bit of disdain towards her. And I don't know where that comes from, but she called out Cardi B as well. She asked Cardi B, did you get paid by Kamala Harris's for the rally? And Cardi B responded as well. She says, no, I was not paid. I didn't get paid a dime. I paid for myself to get out there and for glam. And the same thing that Tina Knowles has said about Beyonce. It's like she's trying to negate, you know, the power and the influence that they bring, and sort of downplay it. I think you hit the nail on the head, Katrina, when you said, no, what they did, I mean, what Beyonce specifically, what she did, she was pretty successful in. It was to bring awareness around the rally, and they certainly did that. But I guess the question that I have for you, Katrina, is obviously we know that the lie has been put to bed. Okay, she was not paid, nor was Cardi B. We haven't talked about anybody else, but her authenticity. I know she said that every 4 years she comes out, but what do you think about the fact that she has said, listen, there is something to this authenticity thing. There is something to say about her sort of sitting up there like a queen and only comes out every 4 years to address the Commonwealth. And maybe it's not every 4 years, but like you mentioned, she does things all the time in her own community. And furthermore, she does things that no one actually talks about or no one actually publicizes. But there's this authenticity question. However often she comes out, do you feel like that is a valid thing to say as far as like just not being authentic enough?
I don't think it's a question of authenticity. I think Beyonce just don't want to be bothered with y'all. I'm sorry, with y'all people. You know, like,
okay.
As I was saying, she's reached a certain level of celebrity. And you know how the public is. They have a certain expectation of entitlement to knowing people's private lives when they're celebrities. They have a certain expectation of celebrities. Like Candace was saying, she needs to tell us about the Diddy parties. Why? Why did she do that? Like, cares? You know, that's Diddy's battle to fight. But I think, you know, Beyonce knows, and she learned early on, you know, that the public is only interested in celebrities' flaws. They like, we don't celebrate them for successes, or like that's expected of them, but their flaws we feast on. And I think she, you know, does a great job in just separating herself from that mess. As far as authenticity, we've established that Beyonce is actually awkward. She's socially awkward. And she's shy, even though it's hard for people to believe that. She's a performer, of course. It's kind of like me. I'm an introvert, really, but I'm a compensated extrovert, and that's the same thing with Beyonce. She just don't want to be bothered with y'all. Like, it's not that she's inauthentic. She maintains her privacy where she can, you know, be at peace being a mom with her kids. She can be a wife and, you know, try to cook even though she says she can't cook. She wants to live a life like a regular person, but still, you know, be a celebrity, and I think she should have a right to do that.
Could be. Go Glow inside of our YouTube says Candace has been in an uproar because she has not been invited to the NRC, but they did invite Kim Glassick and other Black conservatives. They don't like N words, but they love. I I don't know where we're going with that, but do you think that there's something to that? Do you think that Candace is sort of vying for maybe a position with Trump or his cabinet or anything else like that?
Candace is not going to get a position in anybody's cabinet. Trump is not. Have you seen one Black person be appointed to anything?
Right.
Trump is not going to appoint her. I mean, Omarosa got a better chance.
Oh, whoa. Okay, yeah.
In her second year of law school, she got a better chance of being DOJ. Like, literally, Candace Owens is not going anywhere. And I really hate that. Let me rewind, too, because she is right. I get tired of Mama Tina tweeting on behalf of Beyonce, because we know they sitting there kicking together on the couch and she typing it as they talk. But Candace Owens, I really hate that she gave her the traction. Like, she should have just ignored her specifically, because she literally capitalizes off of any attention that you give her in controversy. And I don't think that she's taken seriously. First of all, she's a talking head that kind of gets people riled up, but I don't think she's taken seriously in that space to where she would, be regarded as someone that needs to be at the convention or needs to be, appointed to anything.
Yeah, very good point. And to that point, Vicky V says, I don't know why people care about Candace. She is a lost cause. Yeah, very much so. I mean, I know that we sort of pick a little bit of fun here on this show, and it's always interesting to have dialogue about Candace, because she says, in my opinion, some outrageous things sometimes. It's sort of like Dr. Umar, who, you were on that conversation with me last time, Katrina, where Dr. Umar actually found our conversation about him on YouTube. And so you never know, but I just find that sometimes she says some things that are just a little left, and or in this circumstance a little right, and but I don't care. But she actually has a large following of people who actually do care about what she says. But I digress on it. I think that we all just we all understand. She can't get a position, so she is mad. She is looking for a beef. That's what Vicky says. Yeah, I just sort of leave that alone, and I agree with you wholeheartedly on where on your stance on this matter as well, Katrina. Let's jump into this Tyrese conversation while we still got a little bit of time, because Tyrese is on one, and that is I guess it's not a surprise, because Tyrese over the past several years, he has shown different sides of him. He comes out a little bit more with personal information, not just music anymore, not just acting anymore, but he's had a lot of things put out there. And right now he wanted to address the mothers of his two daughters, and with a strong message. We'll talk about it more after we listen to this little clip. Andy, let's go ahead and take a listen to it.
Baby mama number 1 and 2. If you ain't learned already, I ain't giving you. Like I fought to earn this life, I'm gonna fight to keep it. Not giving it away to nobody. Ain't nobody gonna take this. I'm gonna shoot, stab, and kill over mine. I'm gonna protect this bottom line at all cost. I've earned it, and I'm gonna protect it. I'm gonna protect it as hard as I've earned it. That goes for all my homies, anybody in my family, anybody I ever marry again. If you think I'm about to just give it to you after I worked this hard to get it, you definitely got me confused. You definitely got the wrong one.
Y'all do not feel sorry for Tyrese, because look at this number over here.
Let's
Tyrese's.
just go ahead. Oh, this is someone else who is explaining her position on Tyrese. Tyrese, as we know, was ordered to pay just over $10,000 a month in child support to his ex-wife, Samantha. And that was back in 2023. They went through a very, very messy court trial that whether the documents were made public or whether Tyrese himself brought out the information to the public, we know that it got very, very messy. And he's been calling this whole thing out for quite a while. It's not just the $10,000, but it's all these other fees that he had to pay as well. Right now, he's saying, listen, baby mamas, I'm not about to give you nothing. I don't know that it quite works that way, though, Katrina. Give me your thoughts. I mean, he definitely is sitting with a lot of that is what you call disdain towards his ex-wife Samantha. Give me your thoughts.
Baby, he definitely is sitting there in need of some medication. Something is wrong with Tyrese.
Okay.
You have children who need to be provided for. These women have bore your children. You've been in relationships with them. How dare you say that you're not going to give anybody anything to take care of your child? From what I understand, Tyrese makes over $12,000 a day. So you mean to tell me you can pay your child support before your first 15-minute break? Remember when you were in college and you worked a job, you had 2 15-minute breaks? Tyrese makes $3,000 in 3 hours. Why can't your children have what they need in order to survive? Mm-hmm. I don't think the lady is being outlandish in what she's asking for. That's less than 4% of his salary. Like, for a child, you know how expensive it is to raise a child these days? Mm-hmm. And I hope to God he never touches a hair on either one of them's head because of what he said on this camera about shooting, killing, and stabbing over some money. This is crazy to me. I think Tyrese needs some people. He needs a team to keep him off the internet. Mm-hmm. He needs to learn communication and conflict resolution skills and how to co-parent with the mothers of his children, because ultimately who's affected are the children. The women don't care about you, Tyrese. They just trying to take care of their kids. They not trying to take you for the money that you have. Okay. I'm pretty sure they can make their own living. Women, we're capable of doing so. And if we can't make a living, somebody will take care of us too. So
ooh, you better read, Katrina.
Look, if they pretty enough for you, Tyrese, they pretty enough for somebody else. So when you get through, take care of your children so that God don't punish you for the rest of your days on this earth.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Well, listen, although I agree with the basis of what you're saying, I do still have questions. This is a topic that we talk about quite a bit on this show in terms of child support and what's needed and what isn't, what's excessive and what isn't. I have questions for you. Maybe you can help me sort of, broaden my mindset when we return on the other side. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. Stay right there.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Lecrae, and I'm hanging out with Robin Ayers.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
This season, Chevy brings classic pairings, cookies and milk, mistletoe and kisses, and your holiday plans and a new Chevy. Silverado 1500 gives you power and capability with 430 pound-feet of torque to haul your holiday tree. The Equinox EV and all-new Equinox, America's best compact SUV for new vehicle quality by J.D. Power, offer both confidence and style to see you through the holiday season. It's easy to see why Chevy makes everything better and brighter. Find your red tag. Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select popular Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, together let's drive. Award based on 2024 models for J.D. Power 2024 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information. Visit jdpower.com/awards. Offer available on all 2025 Equinox and 2024 Silverado, Equinox EV, Blazer EV, and Silverado EV models. Monthly payment is $2,860 for every $1,000 refinance. Example down payment is 22.2%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 12/2/24.
Medicare open enrollment is here, and it's a time you can make changes to your health coverage. Yet, watch out for enrollment and marketing scams. Remember, Medicare will neither call you nor solicit your business. Guard your card. Never give out your Medicare number to strangers. Unsolicited calls, door-to-door visits, and emails are prohibited. Take your time. Don't feel pressured to make a quick decision. Report scams to our California Senior Medicare Patrol at 1-855-613-7080.
Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 Climate Justice Campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a Black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Rob
Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
All right, we are wrapping up this show, wrapping up this conversation about your boy Tyrese. Your boy Tyrese is I don't mean to make fun. I honestly don't mean to poke fun at him. It's just over the past several years he has completely made a 180, I guess, in terms of just who we used to see and sort of even admire as an artist. You know, we didn't know much about Tyrese, but in terms of his relationships and his children and his ex-wives or girlfriends, Beyonce's, you know, he's made all of that a public matter. And I've always found it very interesting and slightly annoying that he does that, because he's the one with the platform. So to speak, we already know what happens that way. When you put out information and you're the one with the platform, you tend to sway everyone's, you know, thoughts against that person, against these women. And so it seems to me that that's what's been happening for a while. But then, you know, Tyrese started saying some things and doing some things that has not worked in his favor. And for you know, continuing on with that, we're talking about the fact that he is talking to his children's mothers, saying, you know, you're not going to get anything from me, and I will stab and kill, or whatever he said, something to that degree. You all heard him in the clip. But to protect everything that he's worked so hard for. Now, I agree that Tyrese is too much. I agree that he needs to make sure that he takes care of his kids. But Katrina, the question that I have, this is kind of going to Vicky V's point over here in our YouTube. She says, can we talk about the fact that some women are exaggerated? We have to admit, too, that some ladies go to those men to make babies and looking for the bag. Excuse me. That's true. I don't believe that to be the case with Samantha, his ex-wife. I believe that she really did want to be in a relationship and marry him just for the sake of love, but maybe the relationship wasn't what it turned out to be. But Tyrese has made a case. He said, listen, her mother, she made, or my child's mother, she makes more than a six-figure salary. Between what I'm able to provide for her and her mother, the child is going to be well taken care of. So don't you believe that some of these amounts, whether it's $10,000 a month or more for a lot of these successful men, don't you believe that that's a little excessive? And I'm not trying to make light of the fact that these kids, they deserve to be well taken care of, but we also know the other side of it, Katrina. We know that there are some women who are going to be utilizing most of that money to live it up and to, you know, to live their lives, and then, you know, provide nice things for their child, but also utilize that money themselves.
I don't agree with that at all.
Okay.
So I have two children. My children are 24 and 22, and I raised my children solely by myself. When I say they didn't spend a night at their father's house their whole life. So, and with that being said, 90% of my income went to raising my children. We're talking about a mere 4 to 5% of Tyrese's income to contribute to his children's lifestyle. Now, you have to understand, when people are together, and I'm sure these women, when they get with Tyrese, most women want to have a fruitful relationship. They want to have a lasting relationship. I don't think anybody goes into a relationship with anybody, whatever status or however amount of much money they have. They don't go into a relationship and say, hey, I'm going to have a baby and leave you and raise it by myself. They go into that relationship thinking that they're going to be there with that person, and the same provision that they gave to them in the beginning of the relationship will last for their lifetime, or at least long enough for them to raise their children to adulthood. I think this conversation is concocted by men who want to shuck responsibility and blame the woman as the reason why. Because if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, the lifestyle that Tyrese afforded this woman when they were together and that they bore the children into, why should the children have to suffer and be demoted to a lower level of lifestyle because of the father's ego? Make it make sense.
No, I completely agree with you on that. We all have varying degrees of experience with this. Some personally, others that we've seen just with, people that are in our lives. Me personally, I don't have that issue where I've had to raise my children on my own. I'm married to the father of my kids. So, I have a much different experience than a lot of women, but also having seen and walked side by side with other women who have children with, I'm not even going to say high value men, but successful men, and having watched, unfortunately, their kids won't suffer in terms of not being paid for their life, not having been paid for their lifestyle, but they do suffer in that the money that they are given that has been court ordered. These women have a really, really lavish lifestyle that is supposed to be for the kids, and the kids get a portion of it. But I have seen situations where the mothers do take advantage of that and live a much more lavish lifestyle. So that's all that I'm saying. But I please note that I'm in definite agreement with you, especially when you put it that way, as far as like, this is how much money he makes per day or per month or whatever, however you want to break it down. And he's only ordered to pay a percentage of that. I do agree with you on that. It's probably a conversation that's ongoing though, Katrina, to be quite honest with you, but this is where we will stop with this one in particular. I appreciate you so very much. You are always so wise and offer great insight to our conversations. Let everybody know where they can find you online, Katrina.
You can find me on Instagram at Senator Katrina Robinson. Also on Facebook, the same thing. I'm no longer on X. I'm trying to find an alternative.
There you go. Fan base.
Amen. Oh yeah. Shout out to Isaac Hayes.
Yes.
And then my website is thekatrinarobinson.com. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Raw Squad. I appreciate you all so very much as well. Thank you for joining me on this YouTube. I hope to be back in studio so you can see my smiling face tomorrow. Right now, we've got Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, up next, about to bring a fire show for you. My name is Robin Ayers. Remember today and every single day forward to be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 things you should know from BIN News. The House is holding a hearing on claims FEMA politicized hurricane aid. FEMA's Deanne Criswell is testifying after a black worker alleged they were told to avoid homes with Trump signs linked to Hurricane Helene relief. Attorneys for a former Louisville, Kentucky police officer involved in the deadly botched raid on